Okay everyone, welcome back into The Long Dark. Welcome back to part 2 of our Playing the Long Game series. We're going to get this going as long as we can. That's the aim of this series. And you join me outside the farmstead, or I'm in the conservatory porch, whatever you want to call it. And you can see, I was hoping to start this video with a nice vista of the outside of the of Pleasant Valley, going, oh look, it's awesome, we're going to go travelling. But yeah, it's all not looking brilliant out there. It's all pretty horrible weather. So what we're going to do, what I have done off camera, is sleep through the night, got ourselves through to the morning. I was hoping the weather, I could hear all the way through the night that the weather wasn't very good. I was hoping it would pick up by the morning, but it hasn't. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back inside. I've done a couple of other little things which I just want to show you before we try and skip ahead. We'll do a little bit of housekeeping in here since we can't go anywhere. We had 2 cooking pots. Obviously we found one here and we found one over here somewhere. I've put them both here on the stove. I'm not carrying either of them with me because in my inventory I have the recycled can. The box standard one that you start the game with. So that's what I'm going to use to carry around with me when I go travelling. It's lighter, we can make less water in it obviously, but we can make water, and that's the key bit. So it is lighter, but yeah, the capacity isn't as good, but hey, I'm not so bothered about that. We can make water, that's the important thing. A few other bits of housekeeping that I wanted to do before we do head off. I was going to do this off camera, but because the weather was so bad, I knew I wasn't going to be going anywhere. We have got a few things here that we can drop that we're not going to be using. Rifle cartridges, we haven't got a rifle, so at the moment they're useless. Same with the rifle cleaning kit, we'll get rid of that. We also don't need to be carrying around 2 sewing kits, we only need 1. I always like to keep 1 just in case we need it, but I don't need 2, so let's get rid of another one. We're also carrying a lot of lantern fuel. We have a lantern with no fuel in it, so let us refuel our lantern. There we go, and now what we can do is drop the rest of our lantern fuel. We don't need to be carrying it. We've also got some other things we don't need to be carrying that I'm going to put in containers, so let's just move around the things that I've dropped on the floor first off. So jerry can, I'm going to pop on this here table, along with rifle cleaning kit. I'm going to pop over here, so I'm keeping my weapons. Spare sewing kit, we'll pop that on here as well, and rifle cartridges, again, we'll put over here. There we are, so that's tidied all that up. Let us, I don't know which container to put things in. I'm tending to keep stuff here in the kitchen area rather than confuse things, so what I think I'm going to do in this one, let's put some spare. I'm going to pop the rose hips. I'm going to count those as crafting components, I think. So they're going to go in there, along with the scrap metal. We'll pop that in there as well, and the crow's feathers, and the cloth. So that's crafting parts, crafting components, and sort of supplies, resources you need to craft. I'm going to put them all in there. Sticks I'm going to keep, because I kind of need those. Things in this bit of inventory that I'm going to take with me. Bedroll, always make sure you have a bedroll, don't go travelling without that, otherwise you look like a complete aegis. Can opener, if you've got it, always take that with you. Bit of charcoal, always useful to have for map making, we're going to do that in a minute. A flare, the hatchet, we're going to want that. Recycled can, sewing kit, and storm lantern, so we're going to keep all of those. I've got 2 litres of water, I'm going to keep it, and I'm also going to keep all of the food that I've got because I don't have very much of it, so I'm going to keep it all. Clothing wise, I actually have some spare gloves. Now I don't want to keep them in the same cupboard. I tend to keep those upstairs, if I'm completely honest, in the bedroom, but that's just because it's a bedroom and that's where you keep clothes, but it's a bit daft in the Long Dark. I'm going to keep them in this cupboard, so let's just find those spare gloves and we'll get rid of them. First aid is okay, and fire starting is okay as well. Although we are carrying newsprint, we need to convert into tinder, so it's a bit more useful. So let's get on and do that now while we can't do a great deal else. So this is our housekeeping.
That guy
so
who
in
drank his
future,
own pee doesn't seem so crazy right about now.
okay, in future, I'm going to do all this kind of stuff off camera, but just to show you what we're doing, just a bit of housekeeping. We're harvesting harvestable materials, turning them into something useful, and then if we've then got too many, we shall drop the ones we don't need as the wind dies down, which is perfect timing. Okay, so 8 tinder plugs. I usually tend to carry about 15, so we're okay on that one. Obviously, we have that. That I will carry, but it's not the most useful thing in the world. I very rarely struggle to light fires with it, to be honest. It works outside. I don't like that many outside fires, so but we'll have it with us. We've got some matches. Accelerant I'm going to keep because my fire starting skill at the moment is very low, so I might well need that. And we've got a bit of firewood as well, so we'll keep all of that. So I think we're pretty much okay with everything we've got in our bag. We're only carrying 16 kilos, so we're at half capacity. Pretty much, so we're all good. So I think we're ready to go. We've got a good set of stuff. We're not carrying anything we don't need to be carrying. Everything that we can stash has been stashed. We've done a little bit of housekeeping, so hopefully outside is looking a bit nicer. We do need to drink some water before we carry on. We're getting a bit dehydrated. Let's do that. And let's drop back outside again and see what the weather's like. And I think what I'm going to do, normal practice, it's snowing, but it's okay. I assume it's going to be a bit cold. What's the temperature? Fortunately, you have to go into here. It is minus 80s, it feels like minus 30, but if we're really quick, we should be okay. I mean, ultimately, we're going to have to brave the elements, because we can't hang around in here waiting for a miracle all day. There is a cellar, which you have to access from the outside, which we'll go in at some stage. Right now, I'm going to make my way over to the Red Barn, which is just over this hill. I know the centre section of the Pleasant Valley map quite well, so I know how to navigate around the centre sections. It's the edges into the forest areas and away from the road that I'm not quite so sure on. But there you can see the field. It's a little bit, the visibility is not great, but directly in front of us is the Red Barn, which is one of the more prominent features, the other prominent feature on this map. So I'm going to make my way pretty much straight forwards over to the Red Barn, and I'll see you when I get there. Okay, so we have a bit of a situation. We're approaching the barn. We've been clocked by a wolf. There's also another barn over there, which I think is new. I've never seen it before, but right now that's not important. I think we're going to have to fight it. I don't think we're going to... I've got one flare, but I don't really want to waste it this early. We're not going to shake this wolf, unfortunately, and still get where we want to go. I can't see any way of doing this other than fighting it. And we've got a hypothermia risk now as well. There is also another wolf over there. I don't want to get caught in a pincer. Okay, let's brave Sir Robin it. Let's see if we can... behind us. I'm going to brave Sir Robin. You'll hear me say that a lot, by the way. If you don't know what that means, watch Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Okay, so, uh-oh, ran out of sprint. I think I've shaken that one, but there's another one right there. Okay, we've got a little bit of sprint left. If I can just get to a door, I'll be happy. Okay, Pleasant Valley Outbuildings is what it's being called. Let me guess, I can't go in through the big door. No! I can't! Okay, I need to find a smaller door. Here's one. That'll do. Let's go inside. Ooh. Okay, best strategy with wolves. We haven't really... I mean, as I said again, this isn't a tutorial series. Best strategy with wolves, avoid. This isn't a first-person shooter. It's not Fallout. It's not Tomb Raider. It's not anything like that where you would attack and just get rid of them. Your resources are far, far more limited in the long dark. So it's more about managing your resources and being sensible and surviving. And the key to that is picking your fights. It's picking your fights. So don't go in there all guns blazing. Well, for a start, we haven't got any guns, but even if we did, don't go in there all guns blazing. That's not what this game is about. So the best strategy with the wolves, avoid. Certainly at this point. Further later down the line, we want to go after them. We want their wolf pelts to be able to craft things with them. But right now, it's not a priority. Okay, so let's have a nosy around inside here. Then obviously we've already picked some tools up from over there, which we'll need for crafting a bit later in the game. You don't normally find very much down here, but we've got some firewood. That's good. We have a note. Let's have a quick read of that. Period of hibernation sets into spring as the weather warms. Plant seeds into loose soil, plenty of sun. Keep moist but not wet. If the final frost not yet passed, keep seeding indoors at night. Blah 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 blah. So that's how to grow vegetables. It's a little note on how to grow vegetables. Survival notes. A lot of these have been submitted by the game's original Kickstarter backers. It's kind of cool actually. Again, not very much, not very good pickings in the barn on this occasion. I think I'm going to end up disappointed, you know. Painkillers, well they'll come in handy. We hadn't got any, so that's useful. Ooh, that's probably going to be useful. Oh, and they're going to be slightly better. Oh, that one I haven't got a pry bar. Whetstone, more accelerant. Whetstones are used for sharpening tools, by the way, which improves the condition of hatchets and knives. So right now our hatchet's not actually in that bad a shape, but some more gloves. Obviously a workbench where we can work on things.
I think I can use this.
Another sewing kit. Oh, a knife. Excellent, we hadn't got one. So we've actually done pretty well. We've got 2 of the kind of key tools pretty early on. We've got the knife, we've got a knife and a hatchet pretty quickly. The only thing we're missing, of course, is the rifle. So the floor up here is a little bit dilapidated. Okay, cardboard boxes we can break down for tinder, so I'm going to do that. But before I do, I'm going to extinguish my lantern, because again, I don't want to waste that fuel, because I'm not going to be... I don't need it while I'm doing this. It's time accelerating. I'm going to be wasting big chunks of fuel, so I might as well turn it off. Save ourselves the bother. Now, temperature-wise, it is still minus temperature, so we're actually still at hypothermia risk. I completely forgot that. So I need to get myself a fire going.
Up a bit. Oh no, no.
There we go. 1 fire barrel. Let's get ourselves a fire going. We've got some accelerant, matches, firewood. Let's take the charcoal first off. Okay, so let's light that there fire. Cardboard match, tinder plug, and a stick. So we can get this fire lit. Notice now the fire barrels have very convenient little barbecue grill pans on the top of them. They never used to have that. That's obviously with the new cooking mechanic, you need to have it. Hopefully this fire will start. As I say, we've only just started this playthrough, so my fire starting skill is quite low. So I have a very high chance of fires not starting.
Damn it.
And there's a perfect example. So let's try this again. I usually give it 2 goes. On the 3rd one I'll use accelerant. So let's just try again then. See if we can get another one going.
Come on, little fire.
Let's hope this one works. I don't want to waste too many resources. Obviously you lose your match, you lose your tinder whenever you try and do this. So hopefully it'll light this time. Usually when it gets this far it does. It's not often that it fails when it gets that far. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to use the reclaimed wood. Oh, I've only got 1 piece of it though. So I use a piece of cedar. There we are. Okay, so now I never pass up an opportunity to make water. So let's just find our recycled can. And we want to melt half a litre, that's all we can do. It's going to take 19 minutes. So obviously we have a little bit of time just to have a little shuffle around. Let's relight the lantern just so we can see what we are doing. A quick look around this vehicle. Drop inside. Nothing in there. Let's jump out. at some point, I suspect we'll be able to harvest batteries and things. And I'm also hoping at some point we can harvest fuel from these vehicles as well. Okay, so nothing else to be found in there. So we've pretty much looted this building, to be honest. There isn't really anything left in here. We've got a bit of scrap metal. We'll take that for future use. There's a lot of things we can break down for reclaimed wood. Not entirely sure if that brings any benefit to us. Okay, so we need to wait now for this snow and the water to produce itself. So let's skip ahead until we've got that done. Okay, so we're nearly there with the water boiled. There we are. So let's take that. And obviously that only takes the water, so don't forget to pick up the can either. That would be embarrassing to leave your can behind. Okay, so we've still got 44 minutes left on this fire, but to be honest with you, I am going to have to really get annoyed at Google there. Hang on a moment. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Right, okay, so Windows is supposed to suppress notifications when you're playing a full screen application. Anyway, right, so where was I? Yeah, we've still got 40 minutes left on this fire, but we've got that barn, and I'm sure that's new. I don't think I've seen that before, so I kind of want to head over there. So let's get rid of the storm lantern, and let's pick up a torch. So we have a flaming torch from the fire barrel. And let's drop outside. I don't know what the weather's like out here. Hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, it's a bit windy, so I'm probably going to lose my torch within seconds, and I did. That's a bit annoying. Okay, so I think it was this way, wasn't it? Was it this way? Pretty sure it was this way. It doesn't look like a completely closed structure. It looks like a partially open structure. But again, I'm pretty sure it wasn't there before. There's a bear! There's a bear over there. So we just need to keep an eye on that. Make sure we don't get too close to the bear. There we go. Oh, that's really okay. That's not a structure I'm going to explore right now. I'm pretty sure it wasn't there before. It looks like an open barn, very similar to the ones over here. I don't think we're going to lose find a great deal in there. So I'm going to run away. There are a few new structures. Again, excuse me, at this stage in the game, avoidance is your best strategy. So I'm going to run away from that. That's a bad situation to be in. Wolves, bears, and all sorts of things we're just not equipped to fight at the moment. Let's have a quick look at this tractor, though. Entering the vehicle. Oh, that was worth doing. There we are. Don't know if there's... I mean, there's another building over there. Again, I'm pretty sure that wasn't there previously. There might be a cellar. So let's just have a quick... Yep, it is indeed. Let's have a quick look around to see if there are any cellars or anything attached to this. Nope, it is pure set decoration. Pure set decoration. Well, that's mildly alarming. Wolf howls everywhere. Let's get ourselves back inside the barn. Oh, we're going to have fun here. Escaping all these wolves. Okay, well, back inside the barn. I don't know if the fire's still going to be going. Oh, just about. I think it's on embers. Let's relight our torch. There we go. So, we shall... It's on embers, but it will still raise the temperature a little bit. So that'll help us. Obviously, our conditions actually dropped quite a lot. With that bit of hypothermia there. That's dropped our condition quite a bit. I do need to eat. Again, I have one of those that's down on the borderline, so I'm going to get rid of that first. There we go. So we're going to be rationing ourselves. I haven't got much left on this torch, but it will... Obviously, the torch itself is giving me a little bit of heat, which is good. Okay, there isn't really anything else I can do in the red barn. I am a little bit stuck now of things to do in here. So, I need to think of my next strategy.
Soon.
Yep, well, we have actually just eaten, and we're going to be rationing ourselves. What I want to do is get across to the main road and head down towards some of the other outbuildings. So I think I'm going to do that now. Okay, obviously we've got a lot of... Then again, I'm going to lose this torch pretty much straight away. Okay, so we're heading over towards... You can see a bridge. It's that bridge I'm heading for, and there's going to be some buildings and things nearby that bridge. In fact, my torch hasn't got out. It's still going. Well, there's a wolf there. Let's just duck inside. We'll have a quick look inside this barn, just see if there's anything in here worthy of note. I don't think there is. Oh, there's a bit of firewood there. That's always useful. There's stones and things around. I'll tell you what, one thing I haven't done. Got some crates. Anything in the crates? Lantern fuel, always welcome. Nice little hidey hole here. It's still going to leave us in pretty poor condition, but it does keep us away from the wolves if all else fails. Okay, I'm going to head straight across towards the road. And the buildings nearby. So when I get over to the road, we'll get to the buildings. We'll pick this back up. Okay, so we're almost at those buildings. So the only minor little problems that we had on the way there was a bit of a wolf attack. Well, not an attack, just it picked me up and I had to make a little bit of a bolt for it. And unfortunately, a little bit of a minor injury, which is already healed, falling off a rock. I've also harvested some old man's beard and some reishi mushrooms that I went past. So picking up a few resources as we go, but we're here in the little roadside hamlet, the rural crossroads. We're going to go into the store first. So let's drop inside the store. Yes, here we go. Hopefully temperature in here is, well, it's 0, but that will hopefully sort out our hypothermia problem. Let's see what we can grab from inside the fridge. Not a bad haul. Granola bar. Yep, we're doing okay in here. This is pretty good. A laptop, which obviously will come to life when the Aurora is active. Nothing in the cash register. Nothing around there. Nothing around there. Nothing on any of those shelves. Nothing in here. This one's only a small store, so you never find very much in here. Newsprint. Oh, no. That's an exit. We're going to go that way. Anything in the microwave? Nope. The first aid kit. Let's see what we get.
This stuff will come in handy.
More painkillers. That one's locked, but we can go through the other two. Ooh, a hat. That's one thing I don't... Oh, that one's locked as well. Okay. Oh, and another sewing kit. Okie dokie. Let's just check temperature still above 0, which it is. So we're actually now okay. We're in a nice location. We've got another couple of buildings to explore around here. And we've got a fair bit of food from here as well, which is pretty good. So I think we're in a good place. We're going to call it quits for this video. So basically today, well, let's bring up the journal because we always do this. Where be that there journal? We're actually still in day 2. I should have made my notes from the first video in day 1, but never mind. So I'm going to say second video. Explored the barn. Dodged the wolves. Fell off a rock. Found a shop. That's basically what we've done. So again, we're just getting ourselves going. We're just getting ourselves started on this playthrough. There isn't very much going on. It's all fairly quiet at the minute because we need to get ourselves into a good survival footing before we can start exploring and we can start hunting things and all that kind of good stuff. So right now we're just going around. This is my strategy. We're going to use the farmstead as the base camp, and we've gone out to some of the outlying buildings and we're going to keep doing that. We're going to go to all the outlying buildings that we can reach, get everything back to the farmstead, get ourselves in a really good situation. then we can think about going a little bit further and going and looking for some other stuff. But right now, I'm going to say, as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. There's a lot more videos on the channel. Please remember to check out the ones that the links are now hopefully showing for. Hit the subscribe button, that'll be on there as well. Please join us for some more Long Dark. We're going to keep up with this series. We're going to see how long we can go. But right now, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again very soon.